welcome to Hooch Rides, where you can follow me on some of my adventure rides. I'll take you through some of the planning process and technical aspects of some of the gear that I use. First off though, my maiden video, I'm going to take you through the setup of a Nolan helmet I've just picked up today and putting in the comm set, which actually came out of an old helmet. But won't waste any more time, let's get into it. Okay, first up, let's unbox this baby. Right. Okay, the helmet I got was it's a Nolan N70-2X. The reason I got this helmet was because my previous helmet was a Nolan, and unfortunately I'd had it for about 10 years and it had actually gone loose on top of my head, which is not a good thing. You don't want a helmet to be loose, so this one is nice and tight. Look at that beauty. Look at her. That's great. Not a bad looking helmet, I must say. Okay, I know this one helmet, well, I know this helmet takes my my comm set. Ports are pretty much the same here and here. And I'm going to have to start taking this helmet apart. First thing I need to do is undo this little screw just in here at the base of the helmet. Okay, now with this helmet, also has a removable chin guard. Push down on the red clip there, and the red one there, that comes off. So now I can actually access the inside of the helmet a lot easier. So I need to basically take all this padding off from here. So I just pull off this around the bottom, and might have to remove a couple of extra screws. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to. Let's remove the one on this side. Let's pull all the screws together so I don't lose any. It's the last thing I want to do, lose a screw. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we just need to loosen some of this padding off. So what we'll do, take these Velcro keepers off here, and we can see inside we've got the padding there. So this should just pull out. There we go, that's one. Yeah. And we got this. I'll just take this out because this can get in the way. I'm trying to remove the padding from the inside of the helmet. Get rid of that chin strap. At least feed some of it through here to give us a bit of, well, just a little bit of room. Alright. So the padding just clips in on the inside of the helmet. There we go. Just unclips. There we go. Right, now that just come out from here. Let's have a look. Just take this off. Caught there. And there we go. And this one. we go. Alright, now we can get inside the helmet. So you should be able to see just in the helmet here. Now, oh, here we go. That little bit of foam dropped out. So that is for the earpieces off the headset. Here we go. And there's the second one. Just pull it out. And now from here, you can start feeding in some of the wires. But first, we've got the battery pack that actually goes in the back here. So I want to put that in. Remove that. And that should just slide nicely in there. So just pop it there like that. So there's the comms set. So they've got the controls, which go on the side of the helmet here. This is your battery pack and the control module. And then you've got your little earpieces, 1 and 2, and a little boom mic for the front of the helmet. So we've just got to put this inside the back here. So hopefully this should fit in nice and simple without me having to make too many adjustments. And it just slides in there nicely. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go. It's just clipped in. Just make sure it's all the way in. Just give it a firm press and then done. Okay. So these will go around this side. Otherwise, we'll go around here. Now what I'll have to do is cut out a little bit of this foam here and there, just to allow for that battery pack in the back, because otherwise there's actually no room for the battery pack with this bit of foam, so I'll have to cut that off. Let's just take that out for a moment. Okay, so we'll put these through. Okay, that unclips. This just slides on. See, it's got a little clip here, so this little clip just slides on to this section of the helmet there, just clips on, just making sure we don't damage that little ribbon cable. Now that's clipped on, and then this part, you've got 2 little clips on the controller. Let's try and turn it around a little bit. You've got 2 little clips here, and they just clip into those slots right there. So I don't know if you actually caught what I did, but this was here, this little cover, that just flicks off to the side, and that should just clip on there nicely. There, that's on. Okay, and we make sure we run our wires through here so they're not going to stick out. This one runs through here, and your little earpiece just slots in to that gap right there that you can see. I hope you can see it, but if you can't, you just have to trust me. There's a little gap there for your earpiece, and that just slots in there, nice and snug. A little bit too snug. There we go. Just give it a nice firm press in there. Lovely. Alright, get that wire down there out of the way. Beautiful. Alright, so that's it. Now we work on the other side. Alright, so in this case I'm going to put the earpiece in first before I worry about the microphone. So we can see the little rebate there for the little earpiece. Once again, just nice firm pressure. Put that in. You have to give it a bit of a squeeze because it's quite snug. There we go. Tuck the wires away inside the helmet. Actually, I might pull it out because just readjust that. Here we are. That's better. Let's get those wires out of the way there. Lovely. And the next one is your boom mic. That's got to come round, feed the wires through. And this one just clips onto this side bit here. You see that you've got the clip. And it just clips on there. Yeah, and all the wires out of the way. Lovely. Alright, so now what we can do is start putting all the stuff back on, but I just want to tuck these in. These are meant to tuck inside, just on the inside of the helmet there. Alright. Okay, so what I need to do now is just get that little bit out just there. So I'll see if I can find some scissors and I'll be straight back. Okay, so I've got my scissors, I've got my foam, but before I go ahead and cut that, just want to show you one bit before we start fitting the foam, and that's the microphone here. So on the microphone, you'll see this little plastic body here. Alright, so a little hole there, that's for your microphone to fit through, and you've got a little rebate just down here. So we need to just guide the microphone, the boom of it, just through there, and just clip it in. And that makes sure that when we start putting everything back together, that is actually in the right spot. All right, because if we start putting it back together and it's in the wrong spot, it can make things quite difficult. Okay. All right, let's have a look now. So basically with the foam, I want to cut away, this is basically where we put the battery. So if I'm going to cut that, let's just cut that through there. And again, through here. Alright, and then we can fit that. Just check that. I'll just double check I've cut that in the right spot. Too bad if I haven't. Alright, okay, so I want to put it that way. This way I should say. Alright, it goes in here. Tuck it in. And put the foam just around the other side of the comms module there. And this one should tuck in nicely just here. Alright, looks pretty good to me. Alright, so I'm going to clip this bit back in. So you can just see here, this clip just goes into there. And just pop that on, like that. That's great. And then another one on this side. Just goes in here. So I might just pull a bit of that out. There we are. Okay, so I had a little bit of a technical issue while I was refitting this neck cushioning. So you missed that bit, but all I basically have done is taken the internal liner, the cushioning on the inside, and these little clips here, I've fed them through the corresponding slots on the plastic framework for the neck cushion. So you haven't missed a whole heap. So this is where we're up to now. Now these little clips here, they all need to go into corresponding sections on this plastic cover. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll slide in there and then this will clip back on. So let's just try and do that quickly. There's one in there. One in there. One in there. Last one just in there like that. And not forget to put this little end section has got to go. Whoop, there we go. It's got to go in there like that. So let's try and put those clips in again because they just all came out. That one in there. there, and number 4 just in there like that. In there, and all these just slot back into the holes in the helmet. Just got to slide this one, there we go, behind that control panel. These all clip in. Well, don't forget to take, oh, actually I forgot to pull this out. So let's just try, there we go. That's just the cover for the charger port for the whole system. Press it down on there. Alright, now last bit is we put the screw back in, which, after I said we've got to be careful with the screws, not to lose them, what have I gone and done? I've gone and lost my screw. So I'm just going to pause the video until I find it and I'll be right back. Okay, found the elusive little screw. He was just under there. So let's get this back on the helmet before I lose it again. Alright, that just goes in there. Alright, let's change the little bit over. Okay. And there we go. She is done. That's what it looked like. If you do it correctly, and I hope I've done it correctly, I'll test it first and I'll let you know. Okay, so I've tested the helmet out and everything works quite okay. Everything's fitted fine. There's no snags. I actually put the chin guard back on the helmet, and there wasn't fouling on anything, so it's quite a good fit. And yeah, I've got a ride this weekend, so that'll be the ultimate test to see how it goes on the ride. But if you found this informative, give me a like, subscribe if you like, and then you'll get to see some of my other videos as they come up. But otherwise, have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. Cheers.